So if your Polaris quick disconnect, the threaded part is in the wall and you can't get it out for any reason, Polaris does sell a stub pipe connection kit for 1.5-inch pipe. It looks like this, and these are all the pipes that would go into the wall, the snub pipes, and this one here is for the quick disconnect. So I'm going to go ahead and fix the pool that has one stuck in there, and I'll put this compression fitting in. And if you have a pool with all snub pipes without threaded fittings, these will work fine, hook up your Polaris. But I'm going to use it because I can't get that fitting out of the wall. And so basically what's going to happen is you have a 1.5-inch pipe coming out of the wall. You'll stick the compression fitting in like that. Stick it as far in the wall as possible. Once you get in there, you can see that as you're turning the threads, the compression fitting stays in there and is stuck into the pipe. That's how it holds into the wall when the booster pump turns on. So what will happen is that the quick disconnect, the wall threaded fitting, there's two little tabs in here. They'll break off, and then there's no way to get it off. There's a tool they make to get the threaded fitting out of the wall, but if those tabs are gone here, which happens sometimes, there's no way to get it out except from the top with a wrench. And in this particular pool, the threaded fitting is about 2 feet down in the water, maybe 1 foot down, but it's in a rock formation, and there's no way to get it out without draining the whole pool down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the compression fitting, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. So I'm going to knock the back end off with a hammer and screwdriver. That way I can get the snub pipe all the way through into the 1.5-inch pipe. Right now it won't fit through because of the back of this quick disconnect threaded fitting. So I'm going to knock that out inside there and I'll go ahead and thread it in. Okay, so there's where the fitting's at. I'm going to go ahead and use the screwdriver and hammer, and I'm going to knock out that plastic back in, and I'll show you how I thread it in, or how I put the compression thing in there. So I broke the back of the wall off. I'm going to go ahead and put the fitting in and see if it goes in the wall like it's supposed to. I'm going to go ahead and thread that on there. That way I can put the quick disconnect onto here. That'll solve the problem. Something like this, it'll have the compression fitting into the 1.5-inch pipe, the threaded fitting onto that, and then the quick disconnect will connect there. That'll solve the problem of not being able to get this piece out of the wall. Okay, so that's at the loosest point. I'm going to go and stick it in there without falling in the pool. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up. This one is in here firm. I'm going to turn on the booster pump. Hopefully it'll stay in there. But I had the compression fitting in there really tight. I kept turning it. It's not turning anymore, so I'm going to assume that that's as tight as it's going to get inside there. Quick disconnect to the compression fitting now. There we go. I'm going to turn it on. Hopefully it holds up. Okay, I turned everything on and everything's holding. The Polaris is actually moving in here again. And so that's how you hook up your Polaris if you have a thread wall fitting that's jammed in the wall. You can't get out, just order the Polaris compression fittings. I'll give you the part number so you can order that. And the Polaris is working fine in here.